Welcome to Stability and Mobility. My name is Tracy. This is Tracy's living room. We got a 30-minute class that we're going to do working on our balance, our core, stretching. Hope you have fun. All right, some things that you're going to need. Do you have a stretchy band? If you don't have one of those, you have a other type of stretchy thing that works too, or some kind of towel will also work. So we're going to use one of those things. If you have a towel and you just want to use that for the whole thing, that's great too. So we're going to start out by warming up our joints. So taking those legs up, take one knee up, bring it out to the side, bring it back down. Try to keep your body facing forward as that knee comes up and over to the side. Just kind of opening up that hip joint. Might hear some popping and cracking, totally normal. Do a few more of those. Also, if you are not on carpeting like I am and are wearing shoes, that's fine too. We're going to be laying on the floor later, so if you need a mat, you might need to get one of those as well. So let's take those arms up, reach it overhead, and bring them on down to the floor. Roll yourself back up, reach up overhead, and reaching down to the floor. To make this move a little bit bigger, reaching up a little higher, make yourself taller, bring yourself down, reach to the floor, hold a little longer, roll yourself up. One more time, reach up overhead, down to the floor, hold here, and bring yourself back up. Let's take those arms around in a big circle. Everything's going to be a little abbreviated because it's only a 30-minute class. Normally this class is 45. Bring those circles towards you, to the front. All right, plant yourself, hips are stable, keep them from moving. Rotate yourself at the waist, warming up in that spine, back and forth. And then we're just going to do a couple of leg swings. You can bring that leg side to side, and other leg, just moving that hip joint. And you can bring it front to back. We're going to work on our balance a little bit too. So if you have a chair that you can bring next to you, if you're not feeling stable, or would just like that chair to be available for you, you can do that. Or even a higher table, depending on where you are in your house. All right, so taking that towel, we're going to bring it up overhead like we did in our warm-up. And we're going to bring it on down again and come back up. Now, we've been rolling that back. Let's keep it flat. So we're going to tip forward about halfway and come back up. So when we come down halfway, holding this towel tight, think about being parallel with the floor, lifting yourself back up. Use the power of those muscles in the back of the legs, your glutes, to lift yourself back up. And back up again. Let's do one more. And back up. All right, taking that towel, we are going to squat, and that towel is going to come over to the side. Lift it up to the front, about shoulder height, over to the other side. Now, when you're squatting, I want you to keep those hips pushing towards the back. Knees are going to stay behind those toes. So a towel, add that in. Towel is tight. Pull it tight so you can get using those shoulder muscles, which is also part of your core. Let's do a couple more of these. Last one. I feel like I'm out of breath already. The heck? All right, using this towel again. Get into that lunge position. Again, let me put you close to the side so you can see. You want that front leg, knee to be over the ankle. Try to get that back leg down to 90 degrees. We're just gonna bring those arms up, down to the side while holding this lunge. So you can do a couple of these on each side. All these types of moves are great for that core strength. One more. Over to the other side. Getting into that nice deep lunge. Lifting up overhead. Rotate. Face forward here. Turn to the side. Do a couple more on this side. All right, come on up. Now, a little bit more tricky. We're gonna do single leg lift. Right now, I'm just gonna have that towel stay down. Lift yourself back up. Again, using the back of your core, keeping that towel going down. Strong leg coming up behind you. Tight towel, lifting that leg. Coming back down. One more on this side. All right, holding that towel tight. Other leg comes up. Working on your balance here if you need to. That leg can just come and tap behind you like this. And then lift back up. You're still working those muscles. One more on this side. All right, awesome. Let's put that towel down. Roll those shoulders out. And let's just do a little bit more of that balance work. So we're going to take the leg, bring it up to the front, bring it out to the side. You're going to rotate that foot now so that it's, can't see it, can you? Pointing towards the front, and then we're going to bring it towards the back. You don't have to have your leg as high as I have mine. You can just keep it right above the ground. Out to the front, rotate to the side, to the back, and back down in the middle. Try to keep that foot off the floor if you can. Towards the back. Let's do one more on this side. Lifting it up, bringing it out, round to the back, and back down. All right, other side. Trying to keep myself in the camera here. Lifting towards the front. Rotate, and back to the back. This is great for the hips, working on your balance, rotating that hip right there. Couple more. And last one. Awesome. All right. Go ahead and lift that foot up, and you can rest it down here. Bring it up to your calf. If you're feeling really bouncy today, you can bring it up higher. My pants won't let my foot stay there though. Now, we're just going to work on our balance here. Standing leg has a soft bend in the knee. All four corners of that foot planted into the ground. You're a tall tree. Nice deep breaths. Working on our balance. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. over to the other side. Getting yourself into your tree pose. Remember to not lock that knee. If you need those hands out to the side, that works better for you, go ahead and do that. Five, four, three, two, and one. And release. We're going to come on down to the floor. Hope I can get you. Let's come at an angle here. So we're going to go into a plank position. You're either here, up on your toes, hands, elbows, shoulders are in a line. Your body's in a straight line. You can also be resting on those knees, but try to keep from down here or up here. I'd rather have you here if this is the best that you can do at this point. But try to keep those hips down, nice straight line. We're just gonna work on our plank for a few moments here. Keep everything strong. Take some nice deep breaths. Don't hold your breath. Nice and lined up. Shoulders over those wrists. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so flip yourself over. Working on the back side of that core. We're going to take our hips and lift them up. Hands can be down here, or if you want more of a challenge, you can put the hands behind the head. We're just going to slowly lower and lift those hips back up. Lower down, lift it back up. Squeeze right here at the top, squeeze your glutes. Lower, we're not touching the floor. Lifting up. Let's do a couple more. Last one, squeeze and hold right here. Keep it up there if you can. Let's pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. You can hug those knees in. Kind of a reverse right here. Feels awesome. Okay. All right. Well, we're running out of time for our core workout, so we're going to take it down to the stretching. Starting with your standing up, we are going to work on our balance again. So this might be where you would want your chair or something nearby. So go ahead and hold on to an ankle. Standing leg has a soft bend. Keeping those legs together. Push your hips to the front. You can even squeeze your glutes. If you're not holding on to a chair, go ahead and bring that other arm up for counterbalance. Just focus on something on the floor, something in the room. And we're just going to tip it forward a little bit. So we're stretching the front of this bent leg, and now we're moving that stretch up into the hip. Take some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth or nose. And then we're going to release that ankle. Rest it on your opposite knee. Sit yourself down into a one-legged chair. Hands to heart, or again, wherever that works for you. You can hold on to your ears. Some say that helps them. Try to keep that chest up. Stretching this outside of the leg into the glute. We're going to lower down, and we're just going to tap those fingers on the floor, just giving that extra stretch on the outside of that leg. Go ahead and come back up. And all the way up. We're going to cross those legs. Both feet are on the floor. We're going to tip forward. Push those hips towards the back. Reach down to the floor. You can feel that stretch in the back of the back leg. And then roll yourself up to standing. over to the other side. Holding that ankle. Remember to keep that little bit of bend in that standing leg. All four corners of the foot are into the floor. Chest is up. Spine is straight. Don't forget to breathe. Little tip forward here, lifting that ankle up behind you. Feeling that stretch move up into the hip. Go ahead and release. Rest that ankle on your knee. One-legged chair. You can stay up higher too. This is just a great way to work on that balance. One leg at a time, and that's for the strength. And then we have the stretch on the other side, keeping the chest up. And then we can lower down, bringing those hands down to the floor. Go ahead and come back up, hands to heart. And all the way up, crossing those legs, both feet are on the floor. Tip it forward, reaching down. And roll yourself back up. All right, this is where you're going to need your towel or stretchy band, and you're going to lay on the floor. Try to make sure that you can see what I'm doing here. So we're going to take the band, we're going to lay the other leg on the floor. So your left leg is up, put that band on the bottom of the foot, and just gently pull that leg towards you. You want to feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Take some nice deep breaths. Now you can take this leg and kind of bring it across midline or wherever that stretch feels good to you. And we're going to hold on to this band with our left hand. Right arm's going to lay out onto the floor. We're going to let the leg drop over to the side. It's not important how far that leg comes down, but I want you to try to keep your body relaxed and on the floor, and just let that leg go by itself. You're going to get this great stretch on the outside of that leg. Feel it in the glute and the hip. And then we're going to bring that leg up, switch hands on the band, and let that leg drop over to the other side. Again, trying to make sure that your body's relaxed, laying flat on the floor. Just let that leg go as far as it's willing to go right now. And we're going to bring that leg back up. We're going to switch that band over to the right leg. Left leg lays on the floor. Give that leg a pull. Take a nice deep breath here. The more you can relax while you're stretching, let the oxygen flow, the better the stretch is going to be. So you want to try to be as relaxed as possible. Instead of trying to really pull, you want to just kind of let it go. If that makes sense. So we're going to let this leg drop over to the right side now, holding on with your left hand. And pull that leg back up and over to the other side. Just let that leg go. All right, go ahead and pull that leg up. And we're going to drop that band, just put it off to the side. We'll use it again later. Take your right leg, have it bent 90 degrees, use your left hand to push the leg over the left, turn your head to the right, arms out to the right. Just feel that nice stretch, and you're going to feel this all on the outside of the leg, in the spine, those muscles around the spine. Take a deep breath, let it go. And let's switch that over to the other side. All right, and now let's take the right ankle, bring it onto the left knee, wrap your hands around that left leg and pull towards you again. Take a deep breath. Switch it to the other side. All right, we're gonna put those legs together, hands behind the knees. You're gonna roll yourself up. Now, try to hold yourself right here, keeping your balance. Your back is nice and straight, holding onto those legs, or if you're a seasoned veteran, go ahead and bring those arms out. Take a deep breath. Holding onto those legs again. We're just gonna do a little bit of a rounding of the spine, giving it a little stretch back there. Sitting up tall again, we're gonna bring those feet up higher if you can. See if you can straighten them up all the way and release down. All right, let's bring the soles of those feet together for the butterfly stretch. Again, sitting up nice and tall. You're just gonna tip forward, keeping that spine nice and strong. Take a breath. Feeling that inner thigh stretch. Push those feet out a little bit, about 6 inches. Take a deep breath, reach to the front. And then find a comfortable position. We're just gonna stretch out our triceps right here. Hand comes right between the shoulder blades, pushing on that elbow. Over to the other side. Oh, that feels good. And release. All right, we're gonna stand up. This is where we're gonna use the band again. Take that band and we're just gonna hold it right up over our head. Bend your elbows 90 degrees. And push those elbows towards the back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. You can feel a stretch in the front and the chest. And then bring those arms up overhead, come closer together on your band, and you're just gonna lean towards the back. Release those arms down. Now we're gonna hold this band behind your back, and you're gonna tip forward, and you're gonna let those arms just kind of fall over the top of your head. Don't worry if they don't go as far. Just kind of giving those shoulders a nice stretch. And releasing back up. You can put your band down. Another little shoulder stretch. We're going to pull arm over to the side and then tilt your head the same direction you're pulling. Feel that stretch along the top of the shoulder into the neck. And over to the other side. All right. Next up, we've got a nice low squat right here. Paleo chair or mobility squat, we call it. If you can't come this low, no worries. You might be here, just kind of resting. You can also, if you can get down lower, sometimes it helps to come up on your heels. Lift those heels up. It gets you a little bit lower down. You want to have a tall spine down in your mobility squat. Take a couple deep breaths here. And then we're going to go over to one side. So we're going to take and rest on one leg, bent, knees above the ankle. Other leg is fairly straight. We're going to take this arm and reach. Make yourself as long as possible right here. Take a deep breath. And then let's take this arm and bring it all the way around. You can keep resting on this knee, or you can straighten that leg and reach down. Reaching up towards the ceiling, looking up towards the ceiling, towards your hand if you can. And back up over to the other side. And we'll bring that arm up Make yourself longer. Take a deep breath. And let's take this hand all the way around. Again, you can stay resting or reach down. Reach up towards the ceiling and turn to look up. Keeping your chest up. And back up to center. All right, we're gonna come down to our hands and knees. And I'm gonna go to the side here so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna bring our back up, bringing that chin to chest. And we're gonna release and look up towards the ceiling, arching that back. Now you can take a nice deep breath right here as you inhale, rounding that back. And then when you exhale, arching and looking up. This is called cat and cow. It's great for the spine, opening up those discs right there. And then the other direction right here. All right, we're gonna take the right foot forward. Now you can be mirroring me too, so you might be doing the left. And we're going to take our hands, bring them together right here. We're gonna lean forward and reach for the front of that right foot. And you're gonna rotate, reach up towards the left. Feel this in your spine. You gotta do a little bit of a balance work here. As you rotate, the arms and the leg and spine come with all together, one piece. Let's do one more. And then let's take those hands down to the floor, and you're gonna push that leg farther back. Now this might be where you end up, or if you want, you can come lower down to those forearms right here. Take a deep breath. Go ahead and come back up. Now, come and bring that back foot toes, they're gonna be on the floor. You can rest the knee if you'd like, and then rotate. Bring that arm up, look up towards the ceiling, take a deep breath. Release it back down. We're just gonna take a step back with this foot. And then I want you to try to lean into this leg. You're gonna feel the hamstring stretch on this straight leg. And then let's come back down onto that back knee. This one's gonna be a little tricky. We're gonna take this front leg and cross it in front of us. And then push that leg back. This is called the pigeon stretch. And you can do the pigeon stretch sitting up, pushing up, or reaching in front of you. Either way, try again to let yourself go. Relax, take some deep breaths. Come back up. And we're gonna bend those knees 90 degrees each, 90 to the front, 90 to the side. And then just give yourself a little reach over to the side right here. Come towards the front. Deep breath, reach towards the front. Go ahead and come back up. Bring those feet behind you. We're gonna go into down dog. And then lock those hands back towards the feet. Let yourself hang here for a moment. Slowly come back up to standing. Now we're going to do that whole sequence on the other side. So we're going to come down on that other knee. Hands come together, reach towards the front, rotate, reach up. Bring those hands down to the floor, push that back leg all the way back. You can stay here up on the hands or lower down to the forearms. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. Come back up onto those toes. Hand stays on the floor, other one reaches up. Look up towards the ceiling. Release back down. Take a step back with this foot and lean into that back leg, feeling that hamstring stretch. And back down onto that knee, into your pigeon stretch, crossing that leg in front of you. Pushing that leg back. Let yourself relax. Take a couple deep breaths here. And then let's sit back up. Knees are bent 90 degrees. Just reach over to the side, take a breath. Face forward, reach towards the front, deep breath. Go ahead and sit back up. We're going to take those legs straight out in front of us. Reach for those feet, take a deep breath. And then we're just going to do a couple rotations. So cross one leg over the other. Use your opposite arm to help you turn. Face the other wall. Take a deep breath. And over to the other side. Facing forward, legs out in front of you. Arms come up, big sun circle. Release. And one more. And we have completed stability and mobility. Thank you for joining me today. Again, my name is Tracy. Hope to see you again next week. Thank you.